I still have with me Bishop Amakari, is the chairman of Young Progressive Party, as well as Adebanji Akintoye, is a political analyst. Gentlemen, let's begin with you, Bishop. You just heard what the chairman of the APC says, that we're not losing sleep whatsoever. Should you, as a chairman of a party, when your members defect en masse, should you have any cause not to be moved at all?
Yes, well, he's saying that with great confidence. Why? Because maybe those who are leaving, of course, there is no way they can get them back, and that is their own business. But for me, as a matter of fact, I think Nigerians should begin to think for another new order of breed of politicians without greed. Because all what you are seeing, the drama you are seeing between the PDP, why must it always be APC, PDP? This defection is always APC, PDP. There are just two names that we are hearing today in Nigeria. And I continue to imagine whether Nigerians, are they really awake? Don't they have the right to decide? There is optional. They have the option now to choose political parties of their choices. And that's why you can see that today we have even about what prompted this registration of political parties, because people are very disgruntled. People are very depressed with the way the PDP has battered this country and then taken over by the APC to continue, to batter the country to stupor. And we cannot continue to be in this country and watch this kind of shenanigans going on.
Is there a hope? Is there a hope, according to Bishop Amakari? Is there hope now that lies for the people of this country, considering that it seems to be a tug of war between two political parties, the APC and the PDP, as he rightly said, just about every other time? Is there hope in other parties, do you think?
Yeah, before I answer that question, I must say something about Oshiomhole. I like him. He's very good at whistling to keep up his courage in the dark. All that he's saying is it's like saying that there is a mansion in a field where there is only corn. I think the APC is in serious trouble. And Oshiomhole doesn't want us to feel it, but we know it, that party is in very, very serious trouble. And rightly so, it should be, because it has a broken faith with the Nigerian people.
But it claims that its followers are untreated.
It promised as number one of their manifesto that they were going to restructure this country. The moment they came into power, their president says restructuring is not part of his agenda.
Do you think the APC are still strong at their constituencies?
That APC has...
Yes.
They deceived this country. They do not deserve to win an election again in this country, period.
But that's left to the people to decide.
Yeah, the people will decide, but the individual Nigerian must express his opinion. My opinion is that Nigerians have no business voting for the APC again. They have deceived us and they have reneged on their promises. The other thing is...
But that's the same scenario that you had even when you had the PDP. You said that the PDP deceived you and then you voted them out.
As long as a party...
But how long will you continue to live on those kind of hopes?
We will arrive. This country will arrive. In spite of all these things that...
When will we arrive?
It will come. It's been slow. It started off well in the 1950s and 1960s. Then from about 1962, it began to crumble. And the reason for that is that the people in power at the center want to control, micromanage the whole country. And that is part of the, in fact, that is the center of the problem of the country. There is a federation. The federal government and the constituent government of the federation are coordinate. None is subordinate to the other. But the people who rule Nigeria at the center want all the entire country to be subordinate to them. And it's what you are seeing now. And as to what does Nigeria stand to gain from these defections, the answer is simple. The people are disgruntled with this government. The government is doing an awful job. People are being killed across the country, and the government is not standing up to protect them. We have talked about restructuring, And the government says, no, there's no restructuring. The economy is in shambles. All we are now hearing, we don't hear about the government anymore. What we hear about is the presidency. The presidency has become a particular commodity in Nigeria that doesn't exist in most other countries.
Now, this is what we know about the presidency and what the president said on Tuesday. He said the defections of some of the APC members in the National Assembly to the opposition political parties will not in any way harm my aspirations or that of the party. Will the president become concerned when governors like Samuel Otom of Benue State, and now we're hearing that Tambuwal is also expected to defect?
He is lying when he says it does not concern him. There is nobody on earth who will lead a party and 37 members of your party resign from your party at the same time from the lower house of the National Assembly, and 15 or 14 others resign from the upper house. And you are saying you are not worried? Whom is he deceiving? Let's get these things right.
Let me get your final
You cannot deceive us. You ask the question, what is Nigeria gaining from all this? Nigerians are gaining one thing, and they should stick to it and keep it and use it. You have the power to enthrone a government, and if the government is not doing well, you have the power to remove the government. It doesn't matter how many parties crumble under the weight of the will of the people. The people must continue to exercise their will.
I'll take that as your final word, but in drawing this to a close, the YPP, you've had some interesting developments lately. You actually have a presidential aspirant in the person of Mr. Moghalu to run for the 2019 presidential seat. But how far would you say parties like yours, how much of a space are you given to play in the political space?
Very interesting. In the YPP, we have what is called free fee for expression of interest. What we are trying to do is to see how we can encourage young people, innovative and visionary leaders coming into the field to partake in the process of our politics so that they can get themselves in the proper place of leadership. And we do this deliberately because we have said we want to do things differential from the way the all others have been doing it. So every person that has come to YPP, provided you have the capacity to drive, we will encourage you by giving you that expression of interest for free.
Okay.
And I think that Nigerians should also decide that the PDP and the APC really does not deserve the second bite of the apple.
Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that as your final words. Bishop Amakere is the chairman of Young Progressive Party, the YPP, as well as a professor of history, Adebanji Akintoye, and always a political analyst at that too. I want to thank you, gentlemen, so much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you for bringing us.
And to you for being a part of the show. Thank you so much indeed for watching. I am Gimba Umar, and this is State of the Nation. Bye for now.